Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to discuss about electromagnetic theory concepts. In that, first we will see introduction, then properties of electromagnetic waves, electromagnetic spectrum, uses of electromagnetic spectrum, and some tips to remember the electromagnetic spectrum sequence. Okay, so let us start first with the introductory part, introduction of electromagnetism. As we know that the electromagnetic, it is the branch of physics or electrical engineering which is used to study electric and magnetic properties. The electromagnetic waves are waves which can travel through the vacuum of outer space. Electromagnetic waves are formed when an electric field couples with the magnetic field. The magnetic and electric fields of an electromagnetic waves are perpendicular to each other and to the direction of waves. Second is the production of electromagnetic waves. So friends, if you want to produce the electromagnetic waves, then first of all we have to apply some force on charge particle. If we consider the point charge, then we have to apply some force on that. Then after applying the force on that charge particle, then it start vibrating, and due to that vibration it creates certain field around that point particle, or here we can say the electric field is generated due to that moving charge particles, and due to that electric field the magnetic field is also generated. So when an electric charge vibrates, the electric field around it changes, and which creates the changing magnetic field. So in figure we can see that the blue color shows the magnetic field and the yellow color shows the generation of electric field. So here simultaneously the electric and magnetic fields are generated, which is called as electromagnetic waves. Next point is the speed of electromagnetic waves. As we know that the electromagnetic waves are travel to the speed 3 into 10 raised to power 8 meter per second, and they are usually travel slow in solid medium and very fast in gaseous medium. Next point is properties of electromagnetic wave. There are various properties of electromagnetic waves. Some of them are, the first is all electromagnetic waves are transverse, that means they are perpendicular. Second property is they do not require any medium to travel. That means the electromagnetic waves can be transferred through any medium like solid, liquid or gas medium. They travel with a speed of 3 into 10 raised to power 8 meter per second in vacuum. Next property, they can all be reflected and refracted, and last, they can all be emitted and absorbed by the matter. So these are the properties of electromagnetic waves. Next we are going to study here electromagnetic spectrum. Here basically the frequencies is called the electromagnetic spectrum. Different parts interact with the matter in a different way, and we know the general relationship between wavelength and frequency, that is F is equal to C upon lambda. Here F is nothing but frequency and lambda is nothing but wavelength, and C is equal to velocity of light having value 3 into power 10 raised to 8 meter per second. So as the frequency increases, the wavelength decreases, or if we increase the wavelength, then frequency decreases. That means they are inversely proportional to each other. Hence F is equal to C upon lambda. It shows that they are inversely proportional to each other. As the wavelength increases, the frequency decreases. If the wavelength decreases, then frequency increases. So that's why we can see here the different types of electromagnetic spectrum. If we move from left to right hand side, then we can see here the wavelength are decreases and the frequency parameter increases, and the flow is starting from the first wave, that is radio wave, second microwaves, third infrared waves, then visible light, ultraviolet light, X-rays and gamma rays. Okay, so this is the flow of our electromagnetic spectrum from radio waves to gamma rays. Then after that, here we will see the types of waves, that is radio waves, microwaves, infrared waves, visible light, ultraviolet, X-rays and gamma rays. If we consider the frequency and the wavelength of that radio waves and gamma rays, then this table will show the different values of frequencies and wavelength for a particular waves. That is, for a radio wave region, the frequency is about 10 raised to power 9 and wavelength is 0.3. And for microwave, then frequency is increases from that 10 raised to power 9 to 10 raised to power 11, and it will again increasing for infrared, visible, ultraviolet, X-rays, and last for the gamma rays. So for up to gamma rays, we can observe that frequency will increase from power 10 raised to 9 to power 5 into 10 raised to 19. And for wavelength, it will decreases. Like for radio waves, it is for 0.3. For microwave, it is 0.001 to 0.3. Likewise, if we consider the gamma rays, then wavelength is about 6 to 10 raised to minus 12. That means it will gradually decreases from 0.3 to 6 into 10 raised to minus 12. Next, we will see here what are the uses of that radio waves. Here the radio waves have the longest wavelength of all the electromagnetic waves, having very low frequency. The radio waves are often used in transmit data and have been used for all sort of applications like radio, satellites, radar and computer network. Second type of wave is microwave. The microwaves are radio waves with wavelengths less than 30 cm and higher frequency and shorter wavelength. These microwaves are used in cell phones and satellite for 1 cm and 20 cm for the communication. Next type of waves are infrared waves. These infrared waves are sometimes classified as a near infrared or the far infrared. Between microwaves and visible light are infrared waves. It can be detected by heat and which is used in heat lamp. These infrared waves we can use in TV remote also, having particular range. Next type of rays are visible light. So the visible light which is having certain range of 390 to 700 nanometer, and the portion of the electromagnetic spectrum that human eyes can detect, then it is called as visible light spectrum. Next type of spectrum is ultraviolet waves. The ultraviolet waves have the next shortest wavelength after visible light. Electromagnetic waves with wavelengths from about 400 billion to 10 billions of a meter. These ultraviolet waves are used in tanning beds and sterilizing equipments. And as we know that the blue has very shortest wavelength and red has the longest wavelength. Next type is X-rays. The X-rays have a high wave energy. They are used in medical, in industry and in transportation. Last is gamma rays. The gamma rays are the highest energy electromagnetic waves. They are actually come from the radioactive elements, or we can say from the stars, and they are used in inspection tools in industry. So these are the types of electromagnetic spectrum. So if we take here review on that waves, then we will see that the waves are basically divided into two parts. The first is longitudinal waves and second transverse waves. The example of longitudinal waves are sound waves, and the example of transverse waves are electromagnetic waves. The electromagnetic waves are classified into electromagnetic spectrum, and this electromagnetic spectrum can be of different types like radio wave, microwave, infrared wave, light waves, ultraviolet, X-rays and gamma rays. So these are the different rays of electromagnetic spectrum. और उसके बाद अगर आपको ये चीज़ें पूरे ध्यान में रखनी है एज पर सीक्वेंस, यानी जो भी हमारा फ्लो होता है यहाँ पे स्टार्ट, इट विल स्टार्ट फ्रॉम रेडियो वेव्स टू गामा रेज, और उसे याद करने के लिए हमारे पास एक ट्रिक है, लाइक राजाज मदर इज विजिटिंग अंकल ज़वेरियस गार्डन. सो हियर आर स्टैंड्स फॉर रेडियो वेव, मदर, एम स्टैंड्स फॉर माइक्रोवेव, इज फॉर इंफ्रारेड रेज, विजिटिंग स्टैंड्स फॉर विजिबल लाइट, uncle stands for ultraviolet ray, ज़वेरियस for X-rays and garden for gamma rays. So this is a very simple trick to remember the electromagnetic spectrum. That is, Raja's mother is visiting uncle's ज़वेरियस garden. In a similar way, we can learn the visible light spectrum like run of U, girls, boys in view. Here R stands for red color, O for orange, Y for yellow, G for green, B for blue, I for indigo and V for violet color. So in this way we can easily learn the different electromagnetic spectrum sequence as well as the visible light spectrum sequence. Okay. Next we will move towards the vector. In electromagnetic field, which explains the vector analysis, which is the base required to understand the concept of electromagnetic engineering. It also includes the introduction of divergence, gradient, curl, divergence theorem and Stokes theorems. So friends, we need first of all here the physical quantity, and the physical quantities are divided into scalar and vector part. The scalar, it is a physical quantity which is having only magnitude. The examples of scalar quantity are temperature, pressure, volume, density, speed, electric charge, etc. And for the vector is again physical quantity having both magnitude as well as direction. The example of vectors are force, velocity, displacement, electric field intensity, magnetic field intensity, acceleration, etc. So these are some examples of scalar as well as vectors. In electromagnetic engineering, we are using the vector terms. So the vector, which is having again different properties, like we can add the two vectors or we can subtract two vectors, and the third property is we can apply the vector multiplication also. So vectors may be multiplied by scalars. The magnitude of the vector changes but its direction does not when the scalar is positive. So in case of vector multiplication, we have two options. The first is dot product, also called scalar product, and the second is cross product, which is also called as vector product. So let us see first the dot product. Here in figure we can see that the A bar and B bar are the two vectors and theta is the angle between A bar and B bar. If we want to take the dot product of A bar and B bar, then it is right as A bar dot B bar is equal to AB cos theta, where the A bar or mod of A bar shows that the magnitude of A bar, B bar is nothing but the magnitude of B bar, and cos of theta, that is theta, shows the angle between A bar and B bar. The vectors are said to be orthogonal or perpendicular with each other if the dot product of A bar and B bar is 0. The dot product obeys the following identities. The first is commutative law. That is, the dot product of A bar dot B bar is equal to dot product of B bar into A bar. Second property is a distributive law. Here we can write A bar dot in bracket B bar plus C bar is equal to A bar dot B bar. यानी जो हमारे पास यहाँ पे डॉट है उसके ऊपर हम उसे सेपरेट कर सकते हैं. सो वी कैन राइट हियर A bar dot B bar plus A bar dot C bar. Then third property is, if we take the dot product of same vector, then it is always considered as a 1. यानी हम यहाँ पे कभी भी डॉट प्रोडक्ट लेंगे x का x के साथ, y का y के साथ, z का z के साथ, तो ये कभी भी 1 आएगा. And if we take the dot product of two different vectors like ax bar dot ay bar, then ay bar dot ax bar or az bar dot ax bar, then it always considered as a 0. कभी भी आप दो डिफरेंट वेक्टर्स लोगे तो उनका डॉट प्रोडक्ट 0 आएगा. एंड इफ यू कंसिडर द सेम वेक्टर्स देन इट इज कंसिडर्ड एज ए 1. The most common application of the dot product is the mechanical work W, where a constant force F is applied over a straight displacement L does an amount of work, that is W is equal to FL cos theta. Second example is in terms of magnetic field, where phi is equal to integration of B bar dot ds bar. So these are some common application of dot product. In a similar way, if we consider the cross product, then it is write as A bar cross B bar is equal to AB sin theta into AN bar. This AN bar represent the direction and the theta is the angle between A bar and B bar vector, where mod of A and mod of B shows the magnitude of A bar and magnitude of B bar. The cross product of two similar unit vectors is always equal to 0. That means if we consider AX bar cross AX bar is equal to AY bar cross AY bar is equal to AZ bar cross AZ bar, then it always gives value 0. And the cross product of two different unit vectors can be defined by the definition of right-handed or left-handed system. If we consider the left-handed system, then it is denoted by AX bar, AY bar and AZ bar. That means the position of X, Y, Z will move from left-hand side, and if we consider X, Y, Z in this manner, then it is considered as a right-handed system. So here we will consider the left-hand system. So for that, here we can write AX bar, AY bar and AZ bar. So if we take the cross product of AX bar and AY bar, then the third remaining vector is AZ bar. So the answer is AZ bar. If we take the cross product of Y with Z, then we can write as a AX bar. If we take again the cross product of this AZ and AX, then we can use here AY bar. So here we can write the cross product of AX into AY is equal to AZ bar. Then second, cross product of AY bar cross AZ bar is AX bar. And last, AZ bar cross AX bar is equal to AY bar. Okay guys, we will stop here and ending our session with motivational quote. Today's motivational quote for you is, you can't win in life if you are losing in your mind. Change your thoughts and it will change your life. So thank you for watching my videos. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.